Abram and Abraham. Yes. Abram and Abraham. They are the same persons, but in the beginning of journey of Abraham with God, it was called Abram. Yes, it was called Abram in the beginning of his work with God. And child of God, somebody now, let's turn to Genesis chapter 12, verses 6 to 7. We have number one, altar of praise. Genesis chapter 12, verse 6 to 7. We are now at types of altar. Somebody follow me as I follow God. Today's service, if you are not ready to pray, you will not catch what God is about to do. Genesis chapter 12, verses 6 to 7. Are you there? Please read for us.
And Abram passed through the land unto the plains of Skinner, unto the plain of Moreh, and the Canaanites was then in the land. And the Lord appeared unto Abram, he said unto the saint, will I give this land? And then builded him an altar unto the Lord, who appeared unto him.
And then, let me say, right, is that the end?
Yes.
And then he built an altar of praise to God. He built the altar to praise God for moving in from his father's house to a land that God has promised him. Somebody hearing me now? Now, for Abraham to praise God very well, he decided to raise an altar for God. Shall I go follow me as I follow God? Shall I go? When God called Abraham in Genesis chapter 12, verse 1, God told Abraham, leave your father's house, leave your mother's house, leave every other person. Just deal with your wife. But Lot followed him. And child of God, when Abraham called to the place that God has asked him to dwell, Abraham raised an altar to God. Say, Father, I just want to praise you. I just want to thank you. That is an altar of appreciation. An altar of praise is an altar of appreciation. Abraham decided to appreciate God for bringing him out of his father's house. A house that nobody has ever visited to be anything. A house where people also nothing to show for also. Child of God, that time Abraham was already 75 years old when God called him to leave his father's house. And child of God, a man of 75 years old doesn't have a house. He only have a wife, and the wife has not even given birth. A man of 75 years old, he wasn't a father at the age of 75. So that was why when God called him out of that 40 foundation, he decided to raise an altar of praise and appreciation to God. In appreciation of God, Father, thank you for calling me out of my father's house. That is 40. Is somebody hearing me now? That is an altar of praise, an altar of appreciation. And child of God, as a believer, as you begin to walk with God, it is necessary that when God do something remarkable in your life, you raise an altar of praise for him. You raise an altar of appreciation to him. You begin to appreciate him. Father, I just want to appreciate you. I want to raise an altar of appreciation to you. Is somebody getting me now? Is somebody getting me now? You can just decide to raise an altar of appreciation to God, an altar of praise to God. In what for whatsoever thing that God has done for you, that is really remarkable. Child of God, God does so many things for us. I always tell people, sleeping and waking up is normal, because you are not expected to die when you are sleeping. That is not the kind of testimony we are talking about. When God does something remarkable in your life, child of God, you raise an altar of appreciation to appreciate him, just the way Abraham did, in appreciation of God for bringing him out of his father's house. Child of God, the family of Abraham, they were nothing to write home about before Abraham. Child of God, the father of Abraham, Terah, was no man to write home about before Abraham. But child of God, God took a naughty man, a non-entity. God made him a celebrity. What does he have to do? He raised an altar of appreciation, of praise to that God. Somebody hear me? Genesis 12, verse 8 to 9. Altar of prayer. Altar of prayer. Another type of altar is altar of prayer. Genesis 12, 8 to 9. Somebody there? Please read for us very quickly. We are moving very, very fast. Genesis 12, verse 8 to 9. Altar of prayer. The same verse now, 8 to 9. You just stop at verse 7.
And he removed from there unto a mountain,
yes,
on the east of Bethel,
yes,
and pitched his tents, having Bethel on the west, and Ai on the east, and there he builded an altar unto the Lord, and called upon the name of the Lord. And Abraham journeyed going on.
That's verse 9. Verse 9. Now, okay. And Abraham
journey going on still towards the south.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is an altar of prayer that Abraham raised from God. Child of God, the very first time that Abraham called on God and God answered it speedily, when Abraham woke up, Abraham discovered that yes, this answer that God has given to me is a very important answer. It is necessary that I raise an altar for him. Child of God, an altar of prayer is an altar that when you raise it, even when your body is very weak to pray, the altar is speaking for you on your behalf. Is somebody getting what I'm saying this evening? Child of God, an altar of prayer is an altar that you raise, even when your flesh is very, very weak. The altar of prayer that you have raised, that altar begin to speak on your behalf. The altar of prayer that you have raised, that altar of prayer begin to intercede on your behalf. Child of God, we are all human beings. Believe it or you take, believe it or you leave it. We are all human beings. There are times that your body will be too weak, that you cannot pray. You will be so stressed, you will be so tired. Most especially in this part of the world, where stress is the order of the day. There is a level of stress that you will go through. Even to open your mouth to say the Lord's Prayer, our Father who art in heaven, you cannot open your mouth to speak it. Child of God, but when you raise an altar of prayer for God, that altar of prayer is capable of making intercession on your behalf. That altar of prayer is capable of making intercession on your behalf. Child of God, it is very important that as a Christian you have this altar they call the altar of prayer. So many of us, our altar of prayer is very dusty. It is high time you remove us from the altar of prayer. Child of God, so many of us, so many listen to me and listen very, very carefully, child of God. So many of us, our prayer life is going down. Do you know why there is no altar of prayer that we have risen? If you raise an altar of prayer, child of God, anytime you feel like praying, the spirit of the altar of prayer you have raised will wake you to pray. Is somebody hearing me, child of God? Is somebody hearing me, child of God? And child of God, anytime that you want to pray, after you have risen at your altar of prayer, you connect it to your prayer. Is somebody hearing me? If you really want God to answer you so speedily, if you really want to see the express answer of God, child of God, it is important that you have an altar of prayer for yourself. You raise an altar of prayer for your family. Is somebody hearing me now? Are you getting my point this evening, child of God? Child of God, a believer that doesn't have an altar called altar of prayer, you are not ready for your walk with God. Are you hearing me? If you built an altar, if you haven't raised an altar of prayer for yourself, for your family, you have not started your walk with God. And child of God, if Abraham, despite his faith, if he can raise an altar of prayer for God, who are you that cannot raise an altar of prayer for yourself? Who are you that cannot raise an altar of prayer for your family? Child of God, if you become too weak to pray, child of God, your altar of prayer will charge you up. Somebody say, I hear you, sir. If you are too weak to pray, your answer of prayer will wake you. Get up, pray. There's an altar that is speaking. There's an altar that is speaking. Somebody hearing me? Is somebody hearing me? Another altar is altar of peace. Genesis 13, 6 to 18. Somebody please. Very quickly, that is the next chapter. Genesis 13, verses 16 to 18. Let's move very fast. Let's move very, very fast. Genesis 13, 16 to 18.
Make the sea as the dust of the earth.
Okay.
So that if a man can number the dust of the earth,
yes,
then shall the sea also be numbered. Verse 17.
Yes.
Arise, walk through the land in the length of it, and in the breadth of it, for I will give it unto thee. Then Abraham removed his tent and came and dwelt in the plain of Marin, which is in the Hebron, and built there an altar unto the Lord.
Thank you very much. That verse 18, is that all?
Yes, sir.
Is that all? Child
Yes,
of God, follow me now as I follow God on this particular one. Child of God, there's an altar they call an altar of peace. Somebody say altar of peace. There was a time in Genesis chapters 13 that we just read from. There was a time God began to bless Abraham a lot. The both of them begin to grow. Things were multiplying, their animals come over many. And child of God, there was an issue between Abraham and his cousin. The brother became issue begin to come. The servant, they were quarreling on a daily basis. This place now, our master flock would take shop grass to go. The land was not usually enough for them. And child of God, there was issue between Abraham and Lot. And child of God, Abraham began to think, how will I be able to solve this issue? There was unrest. There was no peace between the two brothers. And child of God, Abraham raised an altar, they called the altar of peace to God. And child of God, from that day on, there was peace between Abraham and Lot. God now begin to arise. God now tell Abraham, okay, Abraham, follow this side. You, Lord, follow the other side. Child of God, anytime you're experiencing an unrest in your business, in your marriage, whatsoever, it is very advisable that you raise an altar of peace to God. Child of God, there is calamity and disaster around you. You don't have rest, you don't have peace. Child of God, it is advisable to raise an altar of peace. Just the way Abraham did. He raised an altar of peace to God. Child of God, the reason why there is no peace is because somebody has raised an altar of disaster on your behalf. And child of